Guys, what am I doing? Why am I playing World of Warcraft? What is happening? Look at this. It's so pristine and nice. Ah, look, there's only 4 Horde races and 4 Alliance races. And there's only 5 classes I can be as undead. This is crazy. I forgot it could ever be like this. So yeah, welcome. We're going to play some vanilla WoW. This is on the server Elysium. Let's see. I've got to get my undead looking proper here. And yeah, we're gonna have some good old nostalgic fun, guys. Okay, so let's get this started. We've got our cute Miss Undead person here. We're actually going to skip all of these quests in this zone, and we are heading over to Kalimdor to run down to Sen'jin Village, or not Sen'jin Village, the Valley of Trials. Why do you ask? Well, our goal here is to reach Exalted with Darkspear Trolls, hopefully before we get to level 60, so that way we can ride epic raptor mounts. Now, I'd really like to be able to get there in time to get the white raptor mount, the ivory raptor, but the patch where that was no longer a thing will be released in June, so I might not actually make it to 60 and get 1,000 gold in time by June, so we'll see. Because for those of you that don't know, getting to level 60 in vanilla WoW, it takes an outrageous amount of time. Like, you can get to level 110 now in Legion in less time than it takes to get to level 60 in vanilla WoW. So I'm going to take you on a little journey, and we can have a good old time walking down Nostalgia Lane, or if you've never played World of Warcraft or the vanilla version and you've always been curious to see what it was like, or if you played Alliance and you want to see the Horde side, now is your chance. Welcome aboard, and I will see you when we get to the Valley of Trials. Alright, here we are in the Valley of Trials. Not a short trek, but it only took me 20 minutes to get here, which is a hell of a lot shorter than running from the Night Elf Zone, Teldrassil, to like Elwyn Forest. That's a frickin' nightmare. Oh no, but we cannot accept the very first quest. Okay, just the first quest that has us go talk to this guy. So no big deal there. Anyway, for those of you that are potentially freaking out about me playing this game, don't worry, this isn't gonna replace any like other series that I have going, and I'm not going to turn into a WoW channel or anything. I just thought it would be pretty fun to play this for a little bit for nostalgia's sake, and you know, like I said, for anybody who didn't get a chance to see what vanilla WoW was like. So here you go. We're starting off by killing us some boars. Woohoo! Look at how long it takes me to kill shit in this game. It would have been dead so long ago by now in Legion. But that is the way life is. You will understand very quickly just like how much of a masochist I am by doing this right now. Okay, we don't need to stand here and mace this guy to death when we have mana though. Yeah, but I'm a masochist who loves, well, I was just gonna say I'm a masochist who loves pain, but that is what a masochist is, so obviously I love pain if I'm playing this game. But I think it's a lot of fun, and there are a lot of things missing for me in Legion. I really tried getting into it. I think Legion by far has been the best expansion since I really played. Like, Cataclysm was when I stopped playing the game, because that's just so many things got ruined for me in that game. And then I didn't really play Mists of Pandaria. I briefly played the end of Warlords of Draenor. And is that it? Is that all that was in between? Yeah, I think so. And Legion came out, and I had heard all of these great things like, oh, it's like original WoW, blah, blah, blah. And I had friends that were playing it, so I was like, okay, sure, I'll give it a try. I have friends to play with. And then, for one thing, I was super overwhelmed by all of the new aspects of the game since I'd really last played. I didn't totally care for the homogenizing of all the classes. I know that vanilla had some issues with balance and like hybrid classes weren't really hybrid, so on and so forth, but to me, I kind of enjoy the more unique aspects of playing a class in vanilla WoW, and so seeing everybody turn into the same kind of hero wasn't really my cup of tea. And not only that, but the community died pretty much like with Wrath of the Lich King. I think that's when they started introducing the battleground queues and the instance queues, I believe. I could be wrong on that. But speaking of community, let's see if these guys will group up so we can kill Sarkoth. But yeah, I truly enjoyed the community feeling of vanilla WoW, and maybe part of that was just because I had never actually played an MMO before, and so maybe I am looking at things through rose-colored glasses. I don't know. We'll find out. But so far, I already like the fact that, hey guys, let's group up for this quest, because otherwise we're gonna fight for it all day, which is definitely an annoying thing if you have these assholes that come in and tag the thing from under your nose, and then you have to sit around and wait for 10 more minutes. But I think it's kind of fun. You feel more connected to people in this game. Like, we actually, all we said was Sarkoth, and yeah, but that's more words than I spoke to anybody during, like, the entire leveling of my druid on Legion. Like, from 1 to 110, like, I didn't speak to anyone, not even in instances, which is crazy to me. Yeah, here we go. Let's kill this level 4 scorpion. Die, Sarkoth. Yes. Thanks, guys. Woohoo. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. I thought I didn't pick up the claw. I discovered that there's like a bug apparently on this server that if you don't loot the item from the mob that you killed while you're in a group with people, and you wait until after you leave the group to loot it, it can be gone. So that's a big no-no. Yay! She leveled! It's so much more exciting when you level in this game too, because it's like a lot more work. And it's a bigger deal, because there's only 60 levels, not 110 levels. And people actually say grats in this game, where it's like, oh, you don't want to say grats if somebody's leveling in Legion, because they'll get like 3 or 4 levels in one dungeon, and saying grats all the time would be way too tired and meaningless, because it's no big deal. So, for those of you who don't know, back in vanilla, and I think TBC, and maybe Wrath of the Lich King? I can't remember now. But anyway, early on, every single race of priests had a different special ability that they eventually got. It was unique to their race and only priests, so it was kind of cool. And on the Horde side, basically, if you're gonna be a priest, you should pick undead. It's just kind of a waste to play a troll. In vanilla, I was a troll mage, which worked out okay because their berserking ability is actually really good for PvE, because it's basically like a haste bonus every 3 minutes. And so for PvE, I feel like mages or trolls were the best option for mages because of that. And undead don't have like really anything for PvE. Now, don't get me wrong, Will of the Forsaken is obviously amazing, which I think they also removed from the live version of WoW, and then cannibalism is great. So is the underwater breathing, because that actually mattered back in vanilla WoW before everybody had like 10 minutes worth of underwater breath. But the best thing is Devouring Plague. It is like the single most OP ability that any priest could have. Well, with maybe the exception of dwarf priests, since they have Fear Ward. That is like very common to bring dwarf priests along in raids. People like that because they can throw the Fear Ward on the tank. But Devouring Plague is amazing as either a shadow priest, or if you're like PvPing, it's great. It's like another little mini vampiric embrace. So that's why we are playing Undead, and I really want to get an Ivory Raptor if I can. And we're gonna just try to do all the quests that give us Darkspear Troll XP. Let's take a look right now. I know we're not, yeah, see, there we go. We're not actually doing Darkspear quests right now, but any sort of Orgrimmar quest will also give us, I think it's like 25% of that in Darkspear Troll reputation. So that is what I'm going for. And because I am a person who is terrible at multitasking, I forgot to go pick up the Peon's Burden quest. I'm also a big dummy that forgot to train my priest skill. Oh, just powered fortitude. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm not going for any sort of, like, records on leveling or anything like that, because I am a terrible multitasker. If you have watched my Subnautica or Long Dark series, then you know that I am the worst multitasker in the world, and stuff will happen right in front of my face all the time, or I'll completely forget something I was doing 2 minutes ago, strictly because I am trying to talk while playing a video game, which for most people, that probably wouldn't be considered multitasking, but for a, like, simple little mind such as my own, that's all I can handle at one time. So I'm going to do my best to, you know, level up quest as quickly as possible. But yeah, I'm definitely not going for any records here. This mage looks like he needs some stamina. There you go, sir. Wow, look at that. Look at how much life I just gave you. Yeah, I don't know if it's this way in live WoW, but in vanilla WoW, mages had the lowest base hit points, and they are like mega squish early on. So I, as a mage, always loved it whenever somebody gave me power word fortitude. Well, let's be honest though, everybody loves it when a priest gives them power word fortitude, because who doesn't love stamina, am I right? Yeah, that's another thing that I was actually kind of upset about going away from the game, is buffs. They completely took away power word fortitude, arcane intellect, mark of the wild, all that stuff completely gone from Legion, because we don't want to have to make people feel like they need to bring the class. Bring the player, not the class. Well, yeah, to an extent, I think that's good. But on the other hand, like, what's the point of having different classes if you're trying to make all the classes do the same thing? And that actually encouraged me more to make alts back in like vanilla through Wrath of the Lich King, because I was like, ooh, I really want to play this class. Now I really want to try this class because this class seems so different than this one. And now it's like, why do I need more than one character again? Alright, we have all of our vile familiars, Scorpid, Worker Tails, and lazy peons put to work. Now just for these last two cactus apples, and away we go. So, if you guys have any questions about anything, really at all, feel free to ask in the comments. Since I played Vanilla WoW for quite some time, like, there's a lot of stuff going on here that may look crazy different that I'm just like, oh yeah, that was a thing, oh yeah, that was a thing, and I don't even think about mentioning it to you guys. Like, if you haven't played Vanilla WoW, you might be like, what the fuck, that looks crazy, or ooh, I like that, why did they take that away? Yeah, feel free to just, you know, comment below, ask me anything about it, or, you know, ridicule me for my talent choices whenever that rolls around. Because, for instance, you may have already noticed that I actually bought my skills. We don't just get to open up our skill book anymore and be like, this is what I have to look forward to next level. Granted, you can, like, go to the trainer and see all of the unavailable skills, but you have to actually buy all of your skills with gold, and then you have to replace your ability on your bar with the upgraded skill. Otherwise, you'll just keep using the low rank. And that is actually a thing that became a real mechanic of Vanilla WoW, is ranking down your abilities for casters, since they would cost less mana. So if you're like a mage, you could use a rank 1 Frostbolt just to slow somebody down. But say you didn't want to like deal a lot of damage, or maybe you just don't have... here we go. So 1 silver, 1 silver. Alright. Or maybe you just don't have the mana to chase somebody down or keep them off of you or whatever. You could use rank 1 Frostbolt. Or if you're a healer and you don't want to waste your mana by healing somebody too much, then you can use a lower rank heal. That's generally, I think it means you're paying more mana per health point healed, but you're still spending less mana since you're not like wasting it on the overheal. And that became just a part of the game. Like, if you open up my heal bot here, you can see the defaults. I had to change this to lesser heal since that's the only thing we have right now, but there's flash heal rank 5, flash heal rank 3, and rank 1. And that was like what you did back in the day. You didn't have as many abilities to use like you do in Legion, so you would just use lower ranks of other abilities. And Blizzard said that that was not the way they intended that to be, but they sure let it go for a long time if that was really the truth. What I think happened is, whether or not they intended that, they were totally okay with it, and they just used that excuse when people got mad about them taking it away. I don't know. That's just my guess, but don't take my word for it. Alright, so now we gotta go back in this cave and get Thosril's pick and the Burning Blade medallion. And normally after this quest is done, I would hearth, but I want to make sure to definitely not do that this time, because since we're undead, we will be returned to Tearsfall Glades and have to run all the way back here. I cannot set my Hearthstone to Valley of Trials because that's only something you can do when you're a beginner, like when you first load into a zone. There we go. Let's throw Shadowy Pain on there. What else did we trade? Lesser Heal rank 2? Which one is this guy using? Let's find out. 82. Okay, looks like it's using a rank 2. Just the highest one. I'm not gonna bother with down ranking at this point. Actually, maybe I'll just throw it on my bar for the hell of it, and I'll use my heal bot for most of the healing that I do. Because that's another thing, like, if you're about to die, and say I only have, what's this one cost? 45 mana. Say I have 40 mana, and I might die in the next 5 seconds that it takes for my mana to start regenerating after casting. But if I heal myself, even though it's for less hit points, if I heal myself for that little tiny bit that costs less mana, I just might live. So that is one of the many benefits to downranking your heals. So one of the biggest disadvantages of leveling a priest in vanilla, let's see, it'd be priest, warrior, warlock. I think that's it. Those 3 classes are the only ones. Ooh, I don't want to pull 2 guys. Yeah, here's something that's different, is it's really hard to take on 2 mobs early on in this game. So I'm just gonna try to sneak around. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, no. Okay. I pulled 3. We're definitely gonna die if we try to take these on. So I am heading out, hoping that there's no respawns before I make it to safety. Oh, God, we might die anyway. I don't have Power Word Shield yet, do I? No! Oh, God! Oh, there's another one! Alright. Let's see if we can make it. Yeah, dying actually matters more in this game because graveyards are generally farther away. Blah, blah, blah. Whew. It's not easy, that's for damn sure. Like, even if you're good at this game, it's still definitely a much challenging game. Some people would argue it's challenging in a way that isn't fun, that it's just a matter of bad mechanics or something, and that's why it's challenging. And I don't know, I guess I have mixed feelings about that. Like, yeah, there are times when I'm like, gee, it would have been nice if I could have just taken on those 2 mobs right there. But I don't know, there's something to be said about feeling like you have to work for something, which I know, that seems dumb because I'm playing a video game. Like, why do I want to work in a video game, right? I don't know. To each their own, right? It's like the way our brain chemistry works. But anyway, as I was saying, priests, warriors, and warlocks, I believe, are the only classes in vanilla WoW that don't have any sort of run speed increase abilities, like ever. So they are the slowest to level in that sense. Warriors are probably like the slowest to level, period, unless you are a twink and you have some really amazing weapons or something. Otherwise, it's a freaking nightmare to level as a warrior as your first character in Vanilla WoW. That's just insane, yo. Plus, there's like a million warriors on this server already. Alright, I guess these jerks aren't gonna invite me, which means I'm probably gonna have to sit here and wait to get the medallion, because as a priest, I don't have a fast tagging ability. Yay! They want to be my friend. Okay, there we go. It seems like some people in this game early on have some real trouble figuring out how to invite other people to groups, you know. There are definitely a lot of people playing this game that never did play vanilla, and so they're doing this as just a way to check it out. Alright, well, I don't remember if I was saying any more about the whole movement speed thing or not, but that's basically all there was to it. Uh-oh. Hello. But priests themselves are a bit slow to level early on. Once you get a full thing of spirit tap, so by like level 15, you don't have to drink mana as much, which is really nice. Then when you get Mind Flay at level 20, you start killing things a little faster. But the big changer is level 40 when you get Shadow Form. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do at level 60. I will probably just switch to Holy and do that, because in Vanilla WoW, that was like the main thing that priests would do, is be Holy. And respecking, once you've respected a certain number of times, it actually costs 40 gold every time you do it. So it's not something you really want to be wishy-washy about. But for leveling, I will totally just be Shadow. And unlike the way a Legion forces you, this part I really hated about Legion is that when you're Shadow, you can still heal. Like, you're not going to be as good at it. Your heals won't heal for as much HP, and they might cost more mana, or you might not have quite as many abilities, but you can still heal, just like not in Shadow form. So I am going to level as Shadow, and then if I want to do instances, I can heal as Shadow, just not in Shadow form. And that is totally good enough for like 1 to 60, pretty much, is just healing as a Shadow Priest and making sure that you have enough mana and spirit to make it through the dungeon. Alright guys, there we have it. I turned in our quests here, and now it is off to Senjin Village. Well, no, we're gonna go to Ratchet, but we'll pick up a little quest from Senjin Village, or a few quests, and then we'll be on our way to Ratchet. And we'll do the Senjin Village quests a little bit later. Just the way that everything kind of works out. It's a better system. I got a system going on, you know. Okay, but there you have it. 1 through 5, leveling as a priest in Vanilla WoW. So, thanks a lot for joining me, boys and berries, and until next time, stay foxy.